The PS5 Pro and PS5 Slim are pretty hot topics right now, knowing GTA 6 is just around the corner, or rather right around the next two corners, seeing as how it has been delayed to May of next year. That being said, the game's releasing to the PS5 and Xbox Series X. That was honestly out of topic. Today, it's all about whether you should get the PS5 Pro or the PS5 Slim. First off, let's talk about the PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro is a powerful version of the PS5. It has a more powerful GPU compared to the PS5 and the PS5 Slim. It comes with 2 TB of storage instead of 1 TB with an SSD slot should you need more. But it doesn't come with a disk drive. Currently, the PS5 Pro costs $699 or really $700. Of course, it'll be more than capable of gaming in 4K at 120Hz, and the beefier GPU helps with ray tracing tasks. The PS5 Pro also gets PSSR, which is an upscaling technique, so you can play more games at 4K with a high FPS. Truth be told, I think that getting the PS5 Pro is like buying a muscle car instead of the usual sedan. It's gonna be cool, it's faster, and it'll turn heads. But when we're talking about practicality, you might be better off with a sedan. While we're still on that analogy, I want to talk about the PS5 Slim now. The PS5 Slim is the sedan. The PS5 Slim only costs $499, basically $500. There's a $200 difference between the PS5 Slim and the PS5 Pro. It gets 1 TB of storage, and you can install an extra SSD if you prefer. I personally think this is a more practical option because at the end of the day, you will be able to game in 4K at 120Hz. The PS5 Slim is a smaller form factor console, but it's just as powerful as a regular PS5. The PS5 doesn't get PSSR, and it also doesn't get any ray tracing features, so there won't be a need for extra GPU performance. For $500, I think the PS5 Slim is more than enough for what you need. So, where does this lead us? Do you get the PS5 Pro or the PS5 Slim? On a personal perspective, I just go with the PS5 Slim. The additional disk drive is something that I prefer to have, and honestly, I'm not really turned off by the 1 TB SSD. Installing an extra SSD is a simple process. Granted, I won't be able to game at the greatest graphics ever, but if you really want photorealism and great big wow graphics, you're probably better off getting a PC instead. With a PS5 Slim, I'd still be able to game in 4K at 120Hz. In my opinion, I'd rather get the PS5 Slim instead of the PS5 Pro, simply because you can play the same games just as fine as you would on the PS5. Of course, the PS5 Pro will still have slightly better graphics and in some occasions, slightly better performance. The price difference doesn't really justify it. Then again, if you really want extra performance and slightly better graphics, the PS5 Pro is clearly the better choice. You can check out both the PS5 Slim and the PS5 Pro by clicking on the links in the description box below, or simply just scan these QR codes to check them out on Amazon right now. This has been Marty, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Cheers!